Brian, there are guys who collect a lot of interesting things. I remember having a stamp collection when I was a kid, and it all fit in my desk. But collecting the incredible history of radio control units from 1937 till now, how did this happen?
As I got into model flying, we ended up having new radios come out all the time. My old ones went up on a top shelf in the garage. Friends of ours come over and we start building on projects ourselves, and we ended up putting theirs with my collection of growing, and it continued to grow. And one day at the IMS show, which used to be the AMA show today, Anita had some empty booths, and I went to her and said, do you want to fill those with some old radios? And she said yes. Through those first 3 days of the show, I did not man the booth. I would come back, and there were radios on this side of the curtain. People were just dropping them off. And from there, it continued to grow. Just today alone, I've got over 19 radios that were dropped off today. None of the radios have been paid for or bought by me. They've all been donated to me, except for the ones I have flown. I was lucky enough to find the 1937 radio that somebody had and just gave it to me. If you look at some of the radios here, the time span from like in 1970 to 1980, there were so many new innovations coming out that radios were becoming obsolete before they even got on the market.
Now, I have to interrupt everything for a moment because I just spotted the actual MRC F710 right there. Oh my goodness. That's it. Yeah, just like the photo. This is what a 12-year-old me started with a Carl Goldberg Falcon 56, and I was 35, and eventually flew my K-Van Jet Ranger and a bunch of other models. Some of them didn't last long, and some of them went through a number of iterations and rekittings. And oh my, this is a piece of history, and having my hands on it, there's a wave of nostalgia here that's really quite remarkable and a little nauseating.
What's very interesting and funny is what you say. This is the oh my God corner when people come by. I remember this. Can I hold that? Is asked all the time. Just like I did to you. I bring it over, let them have the nostalgia of what they did back then in their childhood in many cases.
The question ultimately has to be is where will a collection like this eventually go? I would imagine that the AMA Museum, and if not the Smithsonian, has to have looked at or thought about something like this and wanted to talk to you.
Actually, this is the first time I've consulted with AMA in regards to their museum, and I will be making some phone calls back there next week to see, because I don't know what's going to happen to it.
We can never really understand our future unless we treasure our past, and I thank you so much for doing so.
Thank you.
Aero-TV is brought to you by...
The KSN 770 is an affordable, WAS-enabled integrated MFD with a flexible hybrid user interface from Bendix King. Get your fingers on the 770's perfect blend of touchscreen and hard buttons. Easily control your GPS navigation, NavCom, weather, traffic, and terrain in any condition. For more information, go to bendixking.com.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.